just wrote a Twitter post. And so our NDAs are now void. Oh, they'll have to steal from another charity to sue me. Lol, that's very funny. Back in 2023, VShojo tried to bully me into one of the most predatory contracts I've ever seen. When I tried to ask more about it, what is it up with these VTuber agencies, Twitch chat? This is not the first time I've heard of predatory contracts from VTuber agencies. When I tried to ask more about it, their COO got extremely hostile with me and refused to answer any of my questions. And so I had to hire a lawyer in order to get some clarification. That is a huge red flag. During the talks, it became clear that VShojo would rather let me go than to take less away from me. They were ultimately wanting me to give up more than half of my sponsor revenue. And over 60% of all merch sales. That is crazy! All I asked from them in return is to not take a cut of the sponsors I was getting through Mythic, as that cut was already being taken. Yeah, they shouldn't take a cut because they're not the agency that's bringing these sponsors. They said no. Oh, not surprised because, again, predatory behaviors here. They wanted it all. Jesus Christ. Freaking greedy. And so I asked to leave after being treated like I was disposable in our talks. They basically made it seem like they were my employer and that they're the reason for my success. Oh my god, I hate that. That I owe them and that I should be happy to give them my money. Girl, I am so sorry that is what you had to go through. That is not professional at all. In order for me to leave, they demanded I sign an NDA that prevented me from speaking to any of the other talent about it. I could not say why I was leaving. I could not say what the terms I was saying to no one, saying no to were. I even got in trouble for advising them to hire their own attorneys. They would watch my streams, read my Discord, and then threaten to sue me if I said anything that hinted towards how I really felt about the company. I was threatened with a lawsuit. Wow. Damn. Another one of their leave terms was that they will announce both me and Silver on the same date in order to minimize the damage to their company. Their COO has begun to push a narrative on 4chan. What? On 4chan? Yes, I am serious. LMFAO. And other social media that I am leaving because I plan to join OTK. And that both me and Silverware were troublemakers. So they were letting us go. Wow, that's crazy. Later, I found out that Neanders wanted to leave around the same time due to being unhappy with the contract, but was told that she couldn't because it did not fit their narrative that they were pushing internally and externally. The amount of hate we've gotten over leaving, from fans calling us greedy bitches, oh my god, to people saying we're abandoning our friends and tossing aside the company because we're successful enough. Shit was fucking painful. Not being able to say anything sucked. And this is the reason why, Twitch, that you should never get on the hate bandwagon and bully people online. Okay? Because you never know what's going on the other side. I only found out I didn't get paid for any of my sponsors after I had already signed the NDA. Wow. After 2 years, I have still not been paid back fully. That is insane. To add insult to injury, they also demanded I had to pay them back 10K for some of the anniversary assets, which when they sent me back months later were half finished. Bro. Yo, can we sue them instead? Like, can these girls sue them? This is terrible shit. Despite all of that, I've had immense faith that the company has gotten better over the past 2 years. I assume they rewrote their contract after losing 3 people due to them and seeing all the new talent join. Clearly, this was not the case. Bro, why bring new talents when you can't even afford to have the current ones, bro? Now, for some facts. Their company lawyer has an expired law license. He literally does not practice law anymore, yet he was our point of contact for any legal help when we need it. Bro, what the heck? Are you serious? They got They got an expired lawyer to represent the girls? Bro, they actively pitted us against one another during my time there and compared our success to others. I have heard about this in the grapevine. I was saddened. Honestly, I thought it was just a rumor in the grapevine, but it's confirmed. That is awful. They tried enforcing streaming schedules so that our view count would look better due to less overlap. They would always shit talk other VTuber agencies. They literally would spend company money to get a tiny dig at them, especially Hololive. It literally lived rent-free in Gunrun's head. They were convinced Hololive was over when they signed Kason and Nazuna. I have heard that Gunrun wasn't very nice. I have heard from the grapevine that Gunrun was nice to people's faces, but was not nice afterwards. I have heard whispers of things like this. But, I always was like, you know what? It's just a rumor. If I don't have evidence, if it's just people talking, I'm just like, okay. I'm just saying it's not surprising. Honestly though, again, I don't really believe these things outright because people can talk shit, right? The reason why I'm saying this now is because I want to support what Vey is saying, that it does seem like the case just because of the grapevine of things that I've heard. There was a time when I really did want to join VShojo because I thought they was cool. But I'm glad I stayed independent. MTD got reprimanded. Who's MTD? Our previous talent manager got ghosted for 6 months by Gunrun, told not to do any work for us, and then got fired for not doing anything. During this fiasco, we weren't able to get any assistance. Jesus. Wow. What's MTD? Got reprimanded for being creepy to us. Got told not to message us privately, go figure. Who's MTD? I have proof from other streamers attending their IRL parties that MTD would actively shit talk me after I left the company to paint me in the worst light imaginable. Don't know why you're acting innocent on Twitter, pretending you weren't aware of anything. Can't wait to see all the shit that comes out about you because
Thanks for always
loads.
being awesome.
But those aren't my stories to tell. Shit. Thanks for reading and thanks to those who stuck around between then and now. Thank you for giving me, Silver, and Neon the benefit of the doubt when we needed it most. I'm glad these girls are out of this predatory environment because holy shit, it sounds really toxic and I feel bad that they've gone through all this stuff. VShojo is closing. They are no more.